What we're doing now wouldn't have been possible 10 years ago. We are taking advantage of these advances in mobile technology to build a different vision for bike share. The fact that you guys all have smartphones in your pocket, the fact that the price of connectivity and hardware to make this possible has come down quite a bit. We're also taking advantage of some very big macro trends, reinforcing cities. After building our cities and suburbs around the automobile for decades, we sort of hit peak car and traffic fatigue and started rethinking what makes a city. And now cities are cool. Young people are moving back. Young people, millennials, want to live in cities. Empty nesters are moving back to cities. Sunbelt cities are all developing urban cores. Rust Belt cities are recovering. And in those cities, people don't really want to drive. It's about an urban lifestyle of public transportation. You'd rather be on your tablet than behind the wheel. For the first time, new driver registrations are actually going down. And along with the increase in transit ridership, you see bikes replacing cars. Commuter cycling is up 39% in America's largest cities, 39% nationwide, 63% in the largest cities, and it doubled in New York between 2007 and 2011. Along with the growth in overall cycling is this growth in bike share. There was just a few systems, 25 systems and 15,000 bikes in 2007. Then they introduced this thing called Velib with 20,000 bikes across Paris that really changed the landscape and really made bike transit something that was viable. And so you see this massive growth in bike share to where there's now 600,000 systems and 600,000 bikes and 600 systems globally. Pretty much every major city in the US either has bike share or is on the path to having it. And it's all based primarily on an older system architecture. Bike share began with just painting bikes common color, putting out on the streets for unrestricted use, which, surprise, didn't work. The bikes were stolen, vandalized, and thrown into large bodies of water. It evolved from that into a coin deposit-based system like you'd use for a luggage cart, and then to what most people think of as bike share, which is these docking stations and automated kiosks that monitor them and provide communications. What we're doing differently is putting all the technology onto the bike itself. Each bike has an integrated lock with mobile communications, GPS tracking, and the users can find and book these bikes through the website, the mobile app, or by using the interface on the bike itself. And so this approach to the product enables things that were not possible before. You have a dynamic system where people could park in hub locations or go directly to their final destination. We're also able to collect all kinds of great data about where people are going to ride, and this data is useful to the individual who can tweet their latest ride. It's useful to the operator that they can optimize their system, and it's useful to the cities as they're looking to grow their bike infrastructure. So with this product, we started last year with 150 bikes in 3 cities, really small scale projects. We do have one here at the airport in San Francisco for the airport employees. That was our first deployment. And based on these small projects, we really got the attention of the marketplace. And now over the next 12 months, we're deploying 18 projects in several major US cities, Phoenix, Orlando, Atlanta, Tampa. And we're doing it in pretty much every type of segment of the market. So we're doing large-scale municipal projects, university projects, and commercial and residential projects. It'll be about 4,000 bikes over the next 12 months. A big part of our growth is the idea of integrated mobility. What we do with bike share, I ride a bike everywhere. I love riding a bike. But the future and what people are excited about in the industry is how you bring these modes together into a comprehensive system. How do you pull in transit? How do you pull in taxis, car share, and bike share into one comprehensive system? So we're actually partnering with 3 transit agencies on projects. In Buffalo, we're partnering with a car share company that operates our bikes. And probably the most interesting project is in downtown Las Vegas. We're working with a startup called Shift. That's part of that whole renaissance of downtown Vegas, sponsored and backed by Tony Hsieh, where they bought 100 Teslas, they have some EVs, and they have 100 of our bikes, and they're pulling that into a mixed-use, one-stop shop system. And we really think that's important because that is the guiding vision for transportation over the next 5 years. And this isn't just a private sector vision. The public sector is some of the biggest cheerleaders for this. This is Tim Papandreou from the SFMTA. And as we change to these integrated transportation systems, we have to reimagine what our streets look like. We have to allocate space away from the automobiles and away from private uses and into bike share, car share, and maybe dispatched cabs. So that's the first 5 years. The next 5 years is sort of integration of modes. Beyond that, you're going to see a lot of special purpose built vehicles, smaller, more agile vehicles. Maybe we'll see Elon Musk's Hyperloop, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get the flying car of our dreams. But probably the most important transportation innovation that's going to be coming down the pipe sooner than most people think is the self-driving car. There you go. Google released, Google's going beyond software now, and they actually released photos that they've been building a car. And what's important about this is it redefines what a car could and should be. That this is going to be, from design, a shared vehicle, and it's prioritizing a different type of trip than this 100 mile per hour luxury 3-ton tank that most people drive around today. And that is going to change the urban footprint more than well, it'll probably be the biggest sort of impact since the advent of the mobile phone. And it's going to, the technological hurdles will be overcome a lot more quickly than the social hurdles. If we think that there's problems now with Uber and Lyft and their fight against the taxis, imagine what happens when all people that drive for a living are quickly displaced through automation. And so, though I do feel that the self-driving car is going to change the transportation industry, I think there will be a place for the bike in that future as well, for these short first mile and last mile trips. And I can deploy a lot of bikes for the price of one self-driving car. So we hope to be leading that future of bike share as part of overall transportation and bike share in the context of a self-driving car of the future. Thank you.